Unspeakable is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Studio, Mountain Anton Koto, Buna Musa di Douala, and Prime 22 Bar and Restaurant, Bukwango, Booyah.
All right, guys, so back in 2014 at the Mamas, Stanley Enow, our very own Stanley Enow, won the Mamas, the first ever Mama for a Cameroonian for Best New Act. In fact, he was the first ever nominated Cameroonian artist and first ever to win. Since then, it's been a struggle for rap artists from Cameroon to even be on an international stage. Now, the question is Cameroon hip-hop represented well on the international scenario? I got my guys here. Elonge, you read a lot about this thing. You have so many things to probably talk about. But how would you describe the rap music in Cameroon at this moment?
I think that if you look at rap, hip hop, in terms of how it's happening in Cameroon now, it's very promising in that the sheer number of rappers, that are there. Everybody seems want to become a rapper. So you have, everybody. You have a good number, also of very good talent. I mean, you talk of Mike Monster, Tata,
Crispy,
Fish, name them, they're there. Yeah. The problem, however, is that they've not been able to break out of the local market, out of the local audience. So you see, I mean, you would find them, building a culture within the urban scenario, but you don't see them breaking any new grounds. That's to me, that has been the problem. And after Stanley Enow had exported with MP, brought Cameroon hip hop to the light, and then flatlined with the type of
music has been churning out really.
Elementary stupidity that has been churned out every day from him. You would expect that, that would have been a booster for other hip hop artists to, just take the relay baton and move. But we are not seeing it. What we see is continuous beefs with very, very negligible people like Lyrical Joe. Yeah. You see, so Lyrical Joe will go after Jovi. Then you have this bandwagon. Of mediocre performing artists all climb to on him, and you don't really see anything. I don't know whether we want to get to the international scenario through beefs.
I have no idea.
And if we are to get to it, which is not a problem, what is the lyrical content? How are we exporting it? So I think that we've not been able to take it international. It's very local, almost this like in a village, because I don't think it's been broken into the towns yet.
I mean, just piggyback on what Eva was saying about beefs. I think the rap culture in Cameroon is so focused on beefs. I mean, beefs are part of rap. That's what the rap culture. It's part of the culture. Let's keep that on the record. But then another thing too is that there's an over focus. The rappers are over focusing on the beefs and forgetting about the content, the work. I mean, beefs are supposed to just get traction and then spice this or make it exciting. But then now there's so much effort in
coming up with beef tweets.
Yeah, doing threads and then doing the work. I mean, then when somebody wants to come up with a diss track, they say birds of the same feather flock together. Or then somebody. I mean, what they say, you're like, is this supposed to be a beef? Is this supposed to be a man?
I think that I define that I think there is a lot of content being produced in rap.
So we agree on content, but now talk about quality.
Yeah, I think with the beefs, what they do is eclipse real talent.
Yeah, because that's exactly it.
Yeah. So if people are concerned with fighting on Twitter, they take their attention from the substance. Yeah. So you not really focus on the work that Tata has done, but the beefs that Jovi is having online. Yeah. So it undercuts the real work that is being done. That's one of the problems with it. So you have that. You have beefs that undercut the work of Pascal. And then the people who are beefing, the beefers, like Jovi, actually undercutting other talents in the type of things. But
do you think that Jovi's hashtag tweet insults. are usually targeting people's projects or people's personalities, other rappers' existence, their talents, their crafts. When they drop anything, that's when he tweets. So it like just water down your whatever you're trying to release or promote.
There's been a pattern with the way Joey goes about his beefs. It's clear that before he drops a project or any piece of work, he goes around poking fights, trying to get attention towards his way. So it's supposed to be a promotional strategy, which I don't even get how that's supposed to be one. But then that's the pattern I've seen with how he goes about his beefs, and then going around.
So the rivalry, the hip hop rivalry in Cameroon, instead of actually creating content, it's limiting their content. It keeps the content locally, and it doesn't move forward.
You cannot, yes, and I particularly have a problem with how Jovi has managed his music and the Boko thing generally. Not the Boko gang, because they are not manageable
at all. Totally.
It's about the fact that you have this very talented, super talented producer.
Yep.
The best that we possibly have
in the country.
In the country, yes, in the country, and probably could compete confidently in the international scenario. Yeah. But you've not seen him move the needle
at all.
So it has remained in that parochial, ghetto, local place where you don't see any improvement. You don't see the music moving forward. Lyrically, you don't see lyrical content that changes. So if Jovi was rapping about sleeping with women, it's not that he has stopped sleeping with women now, but there is no maturity in the way it is delivered. There is no poetry. There is no nuance in it. And these are the things that really put you on the world stage, in addition to branding and marketing and all of that. Mm-hmm. So my biggest problem, and I agree with Tizzy on that, is that not that Jovi has not helped other people to grow, but I've not seen him help the music move. Boko as music, it has remained Boko. It has not moved beyond that niche that is already accepting of that music. So I don't know whether there is this comfort in being known in little circles.
I find it very interesting when I listen to rap music. I'm not such a huge fan of rap music, but
you don't listen to Stanley.
Yeah. I'm just saying that whenever I listen when I listen to rap music, when I listen to rap music from Cameroon, it's always like I don't know, a lighter version of what it's supposed to be.
I think
you understand? When I listen, if you listen to...
Who do you listen to? Because I have a feeling
if I say that, I'm not a huge fan of rap. That's for sure. Like I'm listening to Kendrick Lamar, the ones in America, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, they have depth in the way the lyrics is and the way it is delivered. Yeah. You understand? Production-wise, Jovi is amazing. Nobody's been doubting that. But it is the content of what he says or what he sings or raps in his music that just disturbs my mind.
You think that is one of the reasons why I cannot get...
That's what I'm saying. Like, because it is shallow, you understand? It makes it difficult for somebody like, somewhere like across Nigeria here, MI, who is very, interested, poetic in his delivery, to find that interesting, to say, okay, who is this guy from Cameroon? I want to listen to, this is it. Or Sarkodie to say, this is it. Because I find that they are incredible, like Young Holiday. I listen to Young Holiday's Emmanuel, right? And I'm like, wow, where is this guy from? I've never met him, but I'm like, wow, I love the delivery. There's some rhythm in what he's saying, or in his
but who? Because I know other rappers, and we're debating the other day with some of them who are lyricists, but who do not get the type of attention. I think yesterday I was listening to Blueprint Hakim. Yeah. I listened to Mercube, Smart. Perfect lyricist, but do not get the type of attention that. So the point now is for those who are already on the stage, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
And so apparently we've succeeded in building heroes who really cannot do anything heroic.
And another thing too with the whole rap scene in Cameroon is just to what you guys have been talking about the content. Mm-hmm. We don't have lyricists in Cameroon, man. Like if you listen to what they man who, besides Young Holiday and maybe Crispy, I don't know any other better rapper.
Fish.
Well, he does club songs, but I'm talking about rap as in rap. Because rap is just.
Do you listen to Smart?
See, I think, guys, this is the biggest problem now, because if you are talking about Cameroon hip hop and its representation in Africa or in the world, in the global stage now, you talk about generally in Africa, rap music in Africa. Where is it at this moment?
And I think rap has always suffered in Africa generally, because we've seen MI, the class of MI, AKA, and Ice Prince, all of that group that grew up, I think, at the mid 2010 or mid 2000s. That's around 2010. They emerged, and then you had a lot of people emerging from other countries too, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa. But then now it's sort of stalled. There's no that next level they have not really taken the next level. And we are sort of suffering from the same thing in Cameroon. But ours is different because, one, rap is not just about...
Rap is suffering in Africa?
No, not necessarily Africa. I'm saying that we are suffering more in Cameroon because rap generally in Africa has not really...
The point was that rap has stalled...
It has stalled in Africa. I think it has generally.
And has affected Cameroon's rap.
Well, Cameroon is also suffering because of the general influence of rap around Africa. My point is, our rap is not just... our rap is just about, okay, who delivers. Rap is culture. You have either it's you're copying Jay-Z's career culture, career lifestyle, or Nelly, where it's about clothing and all those things. I mean, Burna Boy even copied his plaster, the trademark plaster. Those things, you give people something to aspire to. But besides,
our rappers don't have that.
They don't have that. Besides the music, what are you aspiring to?
That's a good point, actually. Because you see, I see Blueprint Hakim is really nice. I met him once at the Urban Jams. He was really
nice.
Cool. Yeah, he's really nice person.
Okay.
The interaction.
So that we get it clear.
He is quite intelligent the way he expresses himself and stuff like that. Really cool. But I just wonder, what exactly are they supposed to do beyond the music to actually help push out the music to the rest of the world? What are they supposed to do? Is it the lifestyle? What are they?
I think it's a combination of so many things. You have the lifestyle, you also have the storytelling and the poetry in rap.
Marketing and branding.
Marketing, branding, all of those things. There's so many factors that build a rapper and give you the ability to export
and content.
Music. Content, yeah, all of those things.
And content.
It looks like Cameroon rap has a long way to go. We wish you guys... Oh, just saying, it's not as long as this pen, though, but it's long.
Wait, what?
Just saying. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Let's move on. So we have Renis, Cameroon's queen, I think, queen of music. She has dropped her second studio album. It's called Zo. 12 songs, really good production. And it drives us, we want to talk about that album, but it drives us to a bigger topic, the existence of female artists in the music industry and how they benefit or suffer in it. We'll be right back.
Table is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Studio, Mountain Anton Koto, Buna Musa di Douala, and Prime 22 Bar and Restaurant, Bukwango, Booyah.
Remember, you can watch this show on Decoded TV show on YouTube. Please subscribe to that channel and watch. Thank you guys so much for everybody that has been commenting, sharing, liking, and encouraging us and even criticizing us. I don't know what this video is saying.